The notion that scientists and mainstream media are deceiving the public about climate change has been a pervasive narrative in recent years. While it is essential to acknowledge that there are uncertainties and complexities in the field of climate science, it is misleading to assert that there is a coordinated effort to lie to the public. However, it is crucial to understand the underlying reasons that contribute to the spread of misinformation and the perceived dishonesty. One primary factor is the inherent complexity of climate science. The Earth's climate system is an intricate and dynamic entity, comprising numerous variables and feedback loops. As a result, climate models and predictions are often subject to uncertainties and limitations. These uncertainties can be misinterpreted or exaggerated by individuals with vested interests or those who are not well versed in the subject matter. Moreover, the media's tendency to sensationalize and simplify complex issues can lead to the dissemination of misleading information. Another significant factor is the influence of special interest groups and lobbying efforts. Fossil fuel companies, in particular, have a long history of attempting to cast doubt on the scientific consensus surrounding climate change. By funding research that contradicts the overwhelming evidence and promoting it through various media channels, these groups can create the illusion of a debate where none exists. This can lead to the misconception that scientists are lying or exaggerating the severity of climate change. Furthermore, the 24-hour news cycle and the advent of social media have created an environment where misinformation can spread rapidly. The ease with which information can be shared and the lack of fact-checking mechanisms have enabled the proliferation of conspiracy theories and misinformation. Additionally, the polarization of the media landscape has led to the emergence of echo chambers, where individuals are only exposed to information that confirms their existing views. This can reinforce the notion that the opposing side is lying or hiding the truth. It is also essential to acknowledge that there are instances where scientists and media outlets have been accused of exaggerating or manipulating climate data. The Climategate scandal, where emails from climate scientists were hacked and misinterpreted, is often cited as an example of scientists attempting to deceive the public. However, numerous investigations have since cleared the scientists involved of any wrongdoing, and the scientific consensus on climate change remains unchanged. The motivations behind the perceived lies about climate change are multifaceted. Some individuals may genuinely believe that climate change is not a pressing issue or that science is not settled. Others may be driven by economic or ideological interests, seeking to undermine the credibility of climate science to advance their own agendas. In some cases, the spread of misinformation can be attributed to a lack of understanding or a misunderstanding of the scientific evidence. In conclusion, while there are certainly instances of misinformation and manipulation surrounding climate change, it is inaccurate to assert that scientists and mainstream media are engaging in a coordinated effort to deceive the public. The complexities of climate science, the influence of special interest groups, and the spread of misinformation through social media and the 24-hour news cycle all contribute to the perceived dishonesty. It is essential to approach the topic of climate change with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing the uncertainties and limitations of the science while also acknowledging the overwhelming evidence that supports the reality of human-caused climate change. By promoting a more informed and nuanced discussion, we can work towards a better understanding of the issue and develop effective strategies to mitigate its impacts.